Hey guys, Dr. Ashley Mack here, owner of Ashley Mack Performance and Rehab and howsoever Fitness. Today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of the box jump. It's a really great and useful tool to help build up lower extremity power, but it's also something that's used in a lot of functional fitness programs where it's going to be used to increase the intensity of the workouts, but then also, again, address lower extremity power. Remember, power is going to be force with speed, and so when you're jumping, when you're doing a box jump, you're moving your body with speed against gravity, so that way you can actually land on top of the box. So there are a couple of things to keep in mind when you're doing something like this. First off, you want to make sure that you're going to be focusing on the explosiveness. If you're not explosive, you're not going to leave the ground, you're not going to land on the box. If this is your first time box jumping, I suggest that you end up using a foam box to make things a little bit less scary for you. I've certainly had my fair share of shin scrapes on wooden boxes and they're not very pleasant. Also, if this is your first time ever jumping onto a box, just get yourself acquainted with the height by doing a couple step-ups. All you need to do is just step on up, be like, okay, this is what it feels like. Well, if I can get my foot up onto the box, perhaps I can get both feet up onto the box. And then the next step is actually trying to tie together the box jump with other movements that you do in life. So if you're looking at trying to get yourself ready to get set up for the kettlebell swing, which is what I had in another video, or even just trying to pick something up from the floor, we're doing what is called the hip hinge. So the box jump, just like the kettlebell swing, is actually an extension of the hip hinge movement, and you're doing it with force. With the kettlebell swing, you're actually manipulating an object in space, as compared to a box jump, you're manipulating your body in space, which is going to be really helpful. So from here, once you establish your comfort, this is how you're going to end up setting up. You're going to make it so that you're looking at the box. I've been seeing a couple of videos or a couple of people who talk about how you should be looking not at the box, looking straight ahead. But the way I see it is that, don't you want to look at the object that you're going to be landing on? Once you're looking at the box and you get yourself ready, it's all about focusing on the jumping and landing. And so we talk about what is called landing mechanics. But before we actually even get on the box, it's all about landing mechanics. So landing mechanics, things that you want to keep in mind. Some people say you want to land like a ninja. You want to land softly. You can land softly, but if you're going to be landing softly or even maybe landing hard, it's all about keeping the weight distributed. You wouldn't want to land on your toes because it puts a lot of pressure on your calves. You also don't want to land on your heel because it is quite jarring. What I like to tell my clients and my patients is to land in the middle of your foot and trying to have your weight evenly distributed throughout your entire foot. So once you get yourselves ready, so we have landing mechanics, we also have jumping mechanics too. When it comes to getting yourself ready to jump, you're going to bend those knees, you're going to push your butt back, boom. This is your hip hinge, and then when you jump up, you're going to throw your hands up towards the air. Because when you throw your hands up towards the air, you're actually helping your body go from a globally flexed position to a globally extended position, which is going to translate on over to your power output. So once you get your hands back and once you jump up, the next position is going to be your landing mechanics, which is going to be even weight distribution with your hands out in front as that counterbalance. So a drill that I actually like to do with a lot of my clients is kind of just like a pre-box jump routine where you first start off with your hands back, and I'll say up, you jump as high as you can. Land, you can land softly, making sure that you're having your even weight distribution. So if you look at me from the side, it's going to be down, up, jump, landing softly, you stand back up. Now, if you make some noise with your feet, it's not the end of the world. However, key things that when you're landing, especially on the box, which I'll show you, is where your knees are in relation to your hips. So let's talk about getting yourself ready for the box jump. You're going to bring your hands up, you're going to bring your hands back, you're going to jump. Now, as you can see, my butt is back and my knees are right above my knee, my foot. My torso is forward so I can actually stand up into full extension. I'm a huge fan of having you step down from the box, allowing you to rewind and do it again. If you are, say, a competitive CrossFitter or interested in getting into competitive functional fitness where you have to cycle through box jumps multiple times, you might actually have to cycle through, and this is how I would cycle through jumps. You have two different options. Option number one is once you jump up onto the box, foot goes down, boom, right into the next jump. That's what I would do, being that I'm not a competitive athlete, but I would like to cycle through these reps a little bit faster. If you are a competitive athlete and looking for a little bit more of a faster turnover, what you can do is actually treat the floor like it's hot lava. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna jump up onto the box, jump up, hop off, right back on, trying to spend as little time on the box as possible. That's kind of moving on more so to the metabolic aspect of box jumps. Today is actually really more so talking about the powerful training of what box jumps can do for your performance. So when you're talking about maximal power training, you're looking at 3 to 5 repetitions with a sufficient amount of rest, so then that way you can focus on getting up as high as you can. One last thing is making sure that you're focusing on really extending through the hips, because extending through the hips is actually going to allow you to jump really high. It's also going to allow you to run faster and be a lot more powerful. So go ahead and try that out. If you're having issues trying to coordinate, trying to figure out how you can implement box jumps into your own programming, I suggest you hire a coach. And if you're interested, book an intro call with me so we can actually create a plan for you. So go ahead and try that out, and I'll catch you later.